Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
That was weak.
My voice is weak.
Everything's wonderful.
Hello. I said it with my chest.
We're here with Altruistic Vision. You guys just let everybody know who you are. Just your name or whatever you want to say. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Kouraj. I am the songbird of Altruistic Vision, as well as the keyboardist of the Altruistic Vision band. And
my name's Tim. I am the founder, the lead guitarist, the head MC, and I was gonna talk some shit, but I decided not to in the middle of the moment. So that's all you're gonna get right now.
So it's wonderful. We all love it. That's great. Okay, we got Kouraj and Tim with us. All right, we're gonna learn more about Altruistic Vision. Let's just dive into like the surface and go deeper. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so Altruistic Vision. How did you get to that? Why did you choose that name? What was? I mean, it could be as long as you want, but like, what was the journey to that? And what does it mean to you?
So for those who don't know, altruistic is a better word for selfless. And I'm very big on words because I'm an MC. And I also, as a spiritual believe that words are spells, so you gotta be careful with what you're saying. So I didn't want to walk around being like, oh, I have a selfless vision, because I don't like the words self and less anywhere near each other. Absolutely. Because I don't want to be less of self. Mm-hmm. Being authentically me is one of the most important things to me in living my life. So that's where my love for the word altruistic came from. Altruistic Vision itself came from multiple different ideas coming together in one form finally. It started as, originally my rap name was Professor Altruistic.
Right. And
then it went from being Professor Altruistic to me being in a rap group with one of my old homies, Lord, and the rap group was called Altruistic Vision. But then he left, so I was just Altruistic Vision. So I was going around doing some rap shows as Altruistic Vision. But my main end goal with Altruistic Vision at the beginning was to create a label where artists could own their masters, own all of their music, own all of their shit, and not be a slave to what the music business is. Because I hate corporations more than anything, and I hate rules, and I hate authority, and I know that other artists also hate rules and authority, and who the fuck doesn't want to keep their masters? Mm-hmm. So I decided to start a label, and it went from a label to a collective that had a band and does, like, you know, now I go and occasionally run sound at shows and do a bunch of different shit. So it's like, it started as me just wanting to rap and take over the music industry to a whole just monster within itself.
Absolutely. So it really is the altruistic vision of the selfless purpose of it all. Like, just coming at music from that angle. Yeah. Even down to the lyrics. So do you feel the same way, Kouraj? Like, in terms of, like, is that how you tackle your songs? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I definitely, like, with my songwriting, like, always consider the fact that it's not just, you know, my ears listening and, you know, that people resonate with my story. Yeah. So, you know, it's not just my message, you know, but it's everybody's message, because, you know, we've all been through the same experiences, may not have gone through the same exact experiences, but the same experience of feelings, you know, they're all the same. So, you know, I definitely believe that that's important.
Hell yeah. Okay. So, like, were there any influences for you guys? Like, was there an artist that spoke to you and, like, they touched you in a certain way, you know what I mean? Like, influences, where we're talking, like, at least in the altruistic theme, let's start there, and then we can just go in general. But, like,
ladies first, or I can go first because I already have my answer.
Oh, you have your answer.
I have my answer.
Yeah.
Prince is my answer.
Prince. Wonderful.
I don't know if y'all remember this. I can't remember what award show it was off the top of my head, but he went on fucking live television and was sitting there and was speaking to the whole entire crowd. I think it was the Grammys. I could be wrong. But he was reminding the musicians, like, yes, we do this for enjoyment, but we also do this because it's in our blood. And his whole point was, like, you know, at the end of the day, being in music, we may be a minority And, you know, people look at our career as somewhat of a joke sometimes, and they're like, oh, you can't make it in the music business because we don't make it to, you know, platinum selling artist. But there's more to it than just that, and that's what people don't understand. And Prince is my all-time favorite artist just in general musically because of his talent, because what he did on his records, but also because he was just very outspoken about how artists should act. Like, there's an etiquette that we have when it comes to being ourselves, and he was always genuinely himself because that's who and what we should, not who, but that's how we should act. And there was this other moment where he was doing a show and had slave written on his cheek, and it was because of the issues that he was having with his record company at Warner Brothers, because people like to fuck over artists. And, you know, people like Prince and Michael, who stood up to their record companies and was like, hey, like, Michael was like, Tommy Mottoya's the fucking devil. Like, I love shit like that. Yeah. Because it shows that we have feelings and we're real people too.
That was a good answer.
Thanks.
I like that answer.
Thanks.
No, that was wonderful. I mean, do you have anything you want to touch on?
I feel like if I just gonna be honest, I feel like my answer is always like people have such mixed feelings about it,
right?
Because it's like Whitney Houston would be it for me, but only because I'm a Disney fan. Okay. I like Disney movies. I love the classic Disney fanatic right here.
The music, right?
Yes, the music, the movie.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Disney's
anyway.
Fire off some of your favorites real quick. What are some songs that come to mind?
Songs? Oh, we can't go into songs.
Oh, you're saying we'd be here all day? Okay,
yes, we'd be here all day. I would be sitting here trying to like go back and forth and everything, but definitely Brandy's. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella.
Okay, yeah.
So that was a very big inspiration, you know, growing up, not seeing a lot of, you know, African American girls on TV. Absolutely. And then, you know, you see, you know, this black Cinderella with this black fairy godmother. But it was something about the way that Whitney Houston sang the finale. There's music in you. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to sing like that.
Yeah.
And like I was very young, so you know, but then I actually got older and started listening to her music a lot more, and I like really loved how she delivered a song and how, you know, she was moved a lot by, and how she was able to move people with her voice and with her message and with her words, and how, you know, she was not just an inspiration but also a form of connection through music. I thought that was something very beautiful that she brought to the music industry. And, you know, despite, you know, how things ended for her in her life, you know, God rest her soul and rest in peace.
Whitney Houston's the shit.
She's the shit.
I don't care what anybody says.
Like, you can bust out a Whitney Houston song and you will not hesitate to, you know, bust a move. God. You know what I mean? Or even break out a song yourself. You know? So, yeah.
I mean, Whitney, she was incredible. So that's beautiful. So you took that with you just from that inspiration, of taking it from and then wanting to put out with your own, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like, okay, let's
not the crack though.
No. We're talking about music here, folks.
I'm gonna be very, very direct.
Not
that, y'all.
The things crack that really the people that we love, those things are separate. The things that they get into, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. All right. Okay.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Loving someone's music
that's not who they
and loving the person
are
two completely different things, and people forget that all the time. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Let's remember that, okay? But let's take it back to like, because I mean that's beautiful you got there, but like in terms of where did it start with like getting into music? Like it was an instrument or like just when did you know you wanted to do it? Like we can get to like even starting to pursue it, but like what was like the sparks? I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit with Whitney. I mean, either of you can get into it, but.
Well, I come from a family of music lovers. Like, we all play an instrument and we all sing. We all know how to carry a tune and sing some song, sing a little something. But
she be singing.
Singing. You be prepping. Stop it. But I actually started playing the keyboard and the piano a little later in life. Actually, like around my senior year of high school. But I've been singing since I was 6 years old.
Nice.
As soon as I could as soon as I could stand on the stage.
Good word.
Yeah, so I've been singing all my life, but I didn't really start pursuing my career as a keyboardist until my senior year of high school.
What sparked that? If you can recall.
Being in high school and feeling like I wasn't involved enough in the music side of things. Yeah. If that made sense. I was always like in the background in high school a lot. I kind of like I was a part of it, but I was like to the side. Mm-hmm. I was a part of it just enough to feel a part, but not having the confidence to do so. So then it hit my senior year, and I was like, what do I want to do with my life? And so then I really took seriously, investing myself in the music side of my school, because I went to a music charter school in South Philadelphia.
Cool.
Called GAMP.
Oh, you went to GAMP?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know GAMP?
I remember seeing them in like the high school catalog or whatever. Yeah. In 8th grade, and GAMP was one. Okay, cool. I don't think I've ever met anybody who went there. That's tight. Okay, now I know somebody. All right.
Yeah. Shouts out to GAMP.
Shout out to GAMP, I guess.
It means the Girard Academic Music Program. Really, really great music program. Really great teachers there, and also my senior year of high school. There was a music teacher, his name was Mr. Morrow, and he really invested in my voice and really invested in me. He told me to come into school early to take vocal lessons. That moved.
Nice.
Am I allowed to say that moved?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how podcasts work.
Hello, you we got options. Okay.
But I'm sorry. But he really invested in my music and in my voice, and really taught me how to, use my voice and how to love my voice too. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I didn't start pursuing my personal music career until about 3 years ago.
Nice.
4 years ago, actually, now, at this point.
Okay. You carried that over into learning piano a little bit, at least what you knew with your voice and everything, that same drive.
Yes, and also my dad plays piano. My grandmother is an amazing keyboardist. So it's kind of in my blood. Lord. So it kind of runs through my veins, to be frank, and I always, touched it and everything, but I feel like also, this past couple of years, being a keyboardist, it was definitely an unexpected blessing, I will definitely say. It was one of those things where I always just wanted to know what to do, just to have under my belt, if I ever wanted to do a cover for myself. But to really actually be a keyboardist, that was something I didn't really expect until I joined Altruistic Vision. So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. I was going to say thank you.
And not from an Altruistic Vision standpoint, but from a Tim standpoint, you're welcome.
You know what? I was going to say thank you, but now I'm not.
Well, speaking of... now, it's a smooth transition with Tim. Tim, let us know your journey, man. I know you mentioned to me that you were a drummer.
I started with drums at 8.
Yeah.
And then I went to guitar at 12 when my uncle got me my first guitar. And he told me, he was like, you just seem like a guitarist. You don't seem like a drummer. And I was like, I just want to play music, so I don't give a shit.
Right.
So I joined orchestra in my freshman year of jazz band. And they wouldn't let me play guitar, so I had to learn how to play upright bass. So I learned upright bass and cello and was like, all right, cool. I have not played those instruments since orchestra freshman year. So then I joined jazz band sophomore year, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, like, and I thought that I was kick ass at guitar by then. I was like, oh, I'm the shit. And I was not the shit. And I learned that I was not the shit, and that humbled the fuck out of me. Because my jazz band teacher basically was like, you suck, and not in like the you suck way that like all the musicians and people who like talk about their teachers being like they suck and like you're never gonna do anything, but it was all of junior year and just practicing the shit out of guitar.
Nice.
Like, I became known as the guitar kid at school. Like, my guitar was on my back with my backpack at all times, and I would just sit at school waiting for play practice playing guitar.
Wow.
And I joined senior year and auditioned for jazz band president, and I got it.
Nice.
And he was like, that was what the fuck I was talking about. He was like, that right there.
Yeah.
And like, from that moment on, I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking guitarist. Like, fuck everything that anybody ever says. I can totally do this because I just made fucking Mr. North happy.
Right.
And like, I remember I played with this kid who was in the jazz band in one of our own bands outside of school. And he did jazz band all 4 years of high school.
Wow.
And he was mad as fuck that I got jazz band president and he didn't, because he was like, I was in this band for 4 years and he was only in it for 2. And he was like, well, to be real, you just don't have the leadership. And I was like, fuck you. Because by this time, me and him our band had broken up and we were like still best friends, but like we were beefing heavily. And it's like, I always was around musicians who were always way better than me.
Yeah.
So that just drove me to like try to become the best musician around everyone.
Absolutely.
And just, I was like John Mayer. Like, I sat in my room and just did nothing but play guitar.
Nice, man.
And then I worked at the YMCA, and I brought my guitar to work one day, and they were like, holy shit, like, you can play guitar? And I was like, yes, and I can actually teach guitar too. So they started letting me teach guitar at the YMCA, and I had like a whole entire like year and a half where I was teaching guitar, bass, drums, and teaching keys, because I can teach anybody how to play any type of instrument. I just can't fucking play them, but I can explain the shit out of it. Like, if you sat there and gave me a violin, I could teach you how to play it, but I can't figure the shit out for myself. Wow. I mean, I could if I sat down and did it, but I just don't give a fuck.
Right.
There you go.
That's really what it is. I'd rather see somebody else do it, like, than me do it, because I'm cool with guitar and bass. Like,
I can't do it. Who says
you put me on guitar and bass, and I'm in heaven. Guitar and bass, and I'm in heaven. But I just love teaching. Yeah. Seeing somebody spark up from learning their first song is the second greatest feeling behind playing on a stage.
Oh, yeah.
Teaching's amazing,
yeah. You're giving, but you're receiving.
Shout out to you, Mr. North, for sparking my anger.
Yes, I love
vengeance.
Sparking anger. Rage.
It was pure vengeance. I went in that day, and the song was Oye Como Va from Santana, and I had to write a 18-bar solo after learning the whole entire song.
You had to write one?
Yeah, I had to write one.
Wow, okay.
And he was like, and he knew the difference between us writing them and us just improvising them, because we had to actually write out our solos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had to write note for note what the fuck we were doing. So I was like, I walked in, I slapped that shit on his desk, I put it on my music stand, and I'm like, let's go. And we had the band going, and I'm sitting there shredding, and I look up, and he's just sitting there like...
That's awesome.
And that right there was the moment where I was like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, oh yeah. That's insane that you have to, like... Because you don't understand, like, a solo is, like, mostly feel... Unless you're, like, writing it out first, but, like, that's a cool exercise, man.
Oh, dude, it was so hard, because I hate reading music. Like, I love just playing.
To just, yeah,
like,
free,
just,
man.
Yeah.
Like reading music is definitely a challenge.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I also like the challenge, too, of reading music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like challenges. I
like puzzles. You do.
I like to make shit hard for no reason.
You're definitely the risk taker.
Do you both like challenging yourself, like in terms of just pushing yourself a little bit further, and like, I guess in terms of music, I guess.
Can I speak for you for 1 second? Just 1 second.
Yes.
She definitely 100% does push the shit out of herself.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that having me around
it does not help.
does not help at all.
It does doesn't help, and vice versa.
That's a good dynamic.
And vice versa
But I'm
too.
way harder than you are on me because I'm just aggressive.
To an extent.
I'm
There are
way
moments
more
where I'm like,
aggressive than you.
No, there are moments where I'm like, Tim. And that's all I do. He'll be like, I know.
Yeah, but I'm fucking mean. I'll be like, whoa, we're gonna do this song.
That's
and you're
because
gonna learn
you're
it, and you got it.
rage. That's because you're rage.
Do you have an example of one of these situations, perhaps? Can you think of any?
What was the Stevie Wonder song? I wish. I wish. It was I wish.
Oh, God.
It was I wish.
My mind
We argued for like, oh yeah, we argued about that too. We
What
argued for like
happened?
2 weeks about us doing these songs because she's like, I don't think I can do it. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me right now. This is bullshit. I'm
That's
like, you
about
play
right.
shit that is harder, and you're telling me you can't do this?
I'm like, I don't know if I can do it.
And I was like
I don't know.
offended. I'm like, you're so underestimating yourself right now.
You know what?
Like,
You know what?
underestimation.
Since we're out in people. Since we're out in people.
Underestimation doesn't look good on
Tim
you.
motherfucking Jones
Oh.
has moments too where he be having some questionable moments, and I'll be like, Tim, what's your name?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, they make me say Tim motherfucking Jones.
Nice.
I'm like, Tim, what's your name? He goes, I'm Tim motherfucking Jones. I'm like, excuse me?
I'm Tim motherfucking Jones.
No.
I'm Tim motherfucking Jones.
I almost believe
I'm Tim
you.
motherfucking Jones.
So hard, nigga. That's literally that's what I'm like. Don't play,
Yeah.
don't play with me.
I be going Super
Now
Saiyan
get
in the
him.
space, man.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say we that, but yeah.
You guys got a good dynamic
Yeah.
of motivation.
I be eating a lot of humble pie.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's because you can get caught in your own like blockages or whatever. You're fine, but then it takes a person to be like, "Hey, what the?" Like, it's like, what's
Oh
up?
yeah,
You know what I
most
mean?
definitely.
You guys can both do that for each other. That's wonderful.
Oh, most definitely. I can definitely say that's one thing I appreciate joining the collective and everything.
Yeah.
Because you know, like how it like you have those like posts where it's like the people you meet in your 20s is like the people you're gonna like be around for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like you never expect like how it's gonna end up. You know, like I came into Altruistic Vision through my best friend and sister 20 years.
Oh wow.
You know, she's in AVOG, you know, Charisma.
Yeah, she's one of the only original members left besides myself.
Right.
And shouts out.
Yeah. Shout out Charisma.
House pussy. No, I'm just
Stop
kidding.
it. Stop it. But I did a couple of background vocals on her track.
Oh, sick.
On a couple of her tracks, and she asked me to come perform with her on a show.
Word.
And it was a show that Altruistic Vision was performing at, and
Nice.
you know, me being a little oblivious, I didn't know. But you know, then they asked me to be a part of the team, and I really appreciate, you know, the guidance that you know Tim has given me as an artist, as a genuine baby artist who didn't know what she was doing and didn't know her way and didn't know like how to move out and about. I can just feel his face. But I just felt it. But
It's all love.
in all seriousness,
yeah, it's
like,
all love.
he taught me a lot as far as really standing up for your own craft and standing up for yourself within your craft, and not just doing the craft but appreciating the craft itself too, which a lot of people as artists I feel like sometimes they overlook.
That was weird.
What happened?
The power went out, guys. That one went down. But
I
I'll talk to this one. The power went out, and it was honestly she stopped at like a good point, fortunately. So it wasn't really much of a cliffhanger. But yeah, we're here with Altruistic Vision. And by the way, if you're watching this, by any means, hi. I hope you're good.
No, this behind the scenes.
Yeah, this is just behind the scenes stuff.
Teasers.
Like, it's just wonderful vibes, and that's all we want to give you guys. You know what I mean? Ours. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, so there was a blackout. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but we're gonna wrap it up. I think we learned a lot, and to just like touch in with these wonderful people. Thank you for your time. By the way,
thank you so much for coming. This was beyond fun. This was such a great time. You guys are so much fun. You guys are so cool.
You guys are a blast.
It's mutual.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
we're having a lot of fun too.
So signing out, you guys could just like plug yourselves real quick.
Ladies first.
You can find me at Official Kouraj. That's spelled Kouraj. And then you can find.
I can do the altruistic vision one.
Oh, but I.
Go ahead. Do it your way, because I like your way. Your way is cooler than mine. So go ahead.
I was gonna say I like how I do it.
Well, you were looking at me like.
I was about to say, should I do it or you do it?
You can go ahead.
Okay, I'm spelling this once.
She does this the same way every time.
It's a long name. ALTRUISTIC_vision. Okay?
Word.
That's at Altruistic Vision, and you can find me at Official Kouraj. And thanks for having.
Of course, thank you
really
so
good time.
much. Yes. Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at _Tizza. That's spelled TZA, just like RZA and Jizza, just with a T. You can also obviously find me at Altruistic Vision. I'm not spelling it because she just did, and that would have been a waste of her spelling it. So if you missed it, you're just gonna have to rewind and go listen to her spell it again.
Check out the rest of the artists. I'm only one of the artists that's a part of the collective. There are other artists as well, and there are upcoming artists that are just stepping on, and then there's the OG, like I said. So just check out the profiles, and then check out all of our individual profiles.
We got some shows coming up that you'll be able to catch. We got some music dropping soon, so stay on the lookout.
Perfect. That's wonderful. Thank you guys again.
Thank you guys.
Signing out. I'm at RayNeon, Ray.Neon. So
you guys are awesome.
Yeah,
I just wanted to put that in there while everything was recording.
Oh yeah.
That you guys are really cool and awesome. It made the energy very comfortable, and like, the energy was awesome and the vibe was awesome. So I just wanted to, throw that little cinnamon sprinkle in there.
Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. Signing out. The Altruistic Vision.
Guys.
Check those guys out. They're wonderful.
Bye guys.
Peace out, everybody.
See you later, alligators. Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders.